November 22nd, 1963. It's a date etched in history, the day President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. But what if things went differently? What if JFK's motorcade sped away from Dealey Plaza and he survived the attack? Imagine how that one moment could have changed the course of history forever. Would the Vietnam War have been avoided? Could the civil rights movement have seen faster progress? And what about the Cold War? Could JFK have brought an earlier peace with the Soviet Union? Today, we'll explore these questions and more as we dive into an alternate timeline where JFK lived. Before we jump in, if you enjoy exploring alternate history, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It really helps the channel grow and keeps these deep dives coming. And let us know in the comments, what do you think would have happened if JFK had survived? To understand this alternate history, let's first look at what was happening in 1963. America was at a crossroads. Tensions with the Soviet Union were high, especially after the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. At home, the civil rights movement was in full swing, but resistance was fierce. And in Vietnam, the U.S. was getting pulled deeper into a conflict that many Americans didn't even understand. Kennedy's presidency was full of ambition. He spoke of a brighter future, promising peace abroad and equality at home. His vision for America included landing on the moon, ending poverty, and uniting a divided nation. But his assassination cut those dreams short, leaving questions about what could have been. By imagining this alternate timeline, we can think about how history might have unfolded differently. What decisions would JFK have made if he lived? Would America still have faced the same challenges, or could his leadership have changed everything? Let's start with one of the biggest questions, the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War was one of the most divisive conflicts in American history. Before his death, JFK had expressed doubts about sending more troops to Vietnam. Some historians believe he was planning to withdraw U.S. forces after the 1964 election. If he had survived, it's possible America could have avoided the long and costly war that followed. But not everyone agrees. Critics argue that political pressure might have forced Kennedy to escalate the war, just like Lyndon B. Johnson did. It's hard to say for sure, but JFK's cautious approach suggests he might have pursued diplomacy instead of full-scale conflict. Now let's talk about the civil rights movement. JFK supported civil rights, but progress was slow during his presidency. He faced intense opposition from Southern politicians. However, his survival could have given him more time to build alliances and push for faster change. Kennedy's leadership during the space race was also groundbreaking. He famously said, "We choose to go to the moon," inspiring a generation. If he lived, could he have pushed America even further? Some think he might have pushed for Mars exploration, while others believe his focus would have shifted to domestic issues. Finally, let's consider his broader vision for America. JFK wanted to tackle poverty and improve education. His second term might have focused on these issues. Would his policies have worked, or would he have faced too much resistance? The possibilities are endless. History is never simple. If JFK had lived, it's possible things might not have gone as smoothly as we imagine. His survival could have deepened political divisions, especially if his policies angered conservatives. At the same time, Kennedy's charisma and popularity might have helped him unite the country. His vision for a new frontier could have inspired Americans to work together, overcoming the challenges of the 1960s. But what about the ripple effects? If JFK had served 2 full terms, he might have reshaped the Supreme Court, influencing major decisions for decades. And his leadership during the Cold War could have changed America's relationship with the Soviet Union. These small changes could have had huge impacts. History is full of what-ifs. If JFK had lived, the world might look very different today. Maybe the Vietnam War would have ended early, or maybe the civil rights movement would have moved even faster. But it's also possible his survival could have created new challenges we can't even imagine. One thing is clear, small moments can change the course of history. And thinking about these alternate timelines helps us understand how interconnected our world really is. Thanks for watching. What do you think would have happened if JFK survived? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into history's what-ifs, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. See you next time.